Normally bustling port of Virginia ground to a halt on Tuesday. The port's offices are still open, but striking port workers are on the picket line.
We're not trying to hold up anything. We're not trying to stop anything. But just like anyone else and other companies, we have a right to protest. And now that our contract has expired, that is our decision.
It's the first East Coast port strike in nearly 50 years. Workers are on strike after the contract between the ILA, or the International Longshoremen's Association, and the United States Maritime Alliance expired at midnight without reaching a new deal. Union representatives say they want a 50% pay raise across the next 6 years and a promise to ban automation. Thomas Fellow, a workforce specialist, says recent inflation has exacerbated these frustrations.
They haven't had an increase in pay since 2018, and this is the biggest strike we've seen of this nature since 1977.
Workers tell 13 News Now they will continue to wear their orange shirts and protest in shifts until a deal is reached. Representatives say they are not trying to hurt the economy. They just want a livable wage.
No, we're not out here to ruin anything. But like I said, we do have that right to live, and we do have a right to come out and protest. And like I said, the contract is over as of last night.
In a statement on the ILA's website, the union says it rejected the latest proposal by the Maritime Alliance because, quote, it fell too short of the protections needed for both wages and against automation. I'm Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.
And data shows the Port of Virginia alone moved more than $108 billion worth of goods in just 2023. Kyle Johnson digs into which products are now stalled in Norfolk.
Well, there are two pieces of good news right now. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says that in the short term, consumers in Hampton Roads and nationwide shouldn't see any significant changes to food availability or prices. That's because many retailers stocked up already on those goods ahead of time, including groceries and holiday gift items. But again, that's just in the short term. If the strike lasts a month or even longer than that, economists say it will be felt by all of us.
If all the East Coast and the Gulf Coast ports are closed, businesses will be bringing things in from the West Coast, which will cause more congestion there. Ultimately, what that means is higher costs for consumers.
And the stakes are high here in Hampton Roads. According to data, the Port of Virginia is responsible for nearly 16% of all port activity on the East Coast. And only New York and Savannah's ports move more product than that. Last year, the Port of Virginia's top imports were nuclear reactors and electrical machinery. That makes it a big player in both the infrastructure and, of course, the military sectors. Other top 10 imports also vital for everyday consumers. Virginia's third largest import, pharmaceutical products. After that, vehicles and furniture. And the 10th most valuable import, toys, games, and sports equipment. Now, if you are worried about holiday gifts, there is some good news. The Associated Press reports that most holiday retail goods have already arrived from overseas. But even with those contingency plans, shoppers could still start to feel a pinch if this strike goes on for more than a month. I'm Kyle Johnson for 13 News Now.
As for impacts from other ports along the East Coast, groceries such as bananas, cherries, cocoa, and sugar could be in short supply if the strike lasts. Most of those products will sit in cold storage if they are not unloaded before last night.